A good day, dear friends. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the astrological remedies for difficult times. That is, what kind of remedies that you can follow to handle difficult times in your life. This is probably the most important video that I have ever made on astrology. So please pay careful attention to it because it's going to be very useful to you practically. Okay, so the actual purpose of astrology, that is Jyotish, is what we known as, is in Sanskrit word is parihara, that is remedy. Okay, so the objective of Jyotish is not prediction, but it is parihara. Prediction is a tool so that you can apply the appropriate remedy. So when you go to the astrologer, the objective of your visit to the astrologer is to just understand the path, the kind of the path that you have ahead, but please do not push the astrologer to actually predict the events, but ask them to give you general guidance of what kind of challenges are the opportunities that you may have in store for you. And accordingly, they will actually give you some guidance in terms of parihara, that is remedies, to take advantage of the good times, upcoming good times, or to reduce the negative impact of the upcoming difficult times. Okay, so this is the whole point of Jyotish. Like, for example, when you go to your doctor, you should not push the doctor to exactly predict if you are going to get cancer, and if so, on what day and which year. That is not the whole point. The point of your doctor's visit should be to understand your general health and get some guidance on what kind of things you should follow to prevent the health issues in the future, and also if you're likely to get some health issues, if so, how to either prevent them, or if you cannot prevent them, how to handle them if they come to you, how to reduce the negative impact of it. That's the same thing with Jyotish. Okay, so in today's video, that is what I'm going to talk to you about, which is the most important thing. Is it is like the preventive healthcare, and also in case if you get the issue, what to do about it. They are known as remedies, and please do not skip this video. This is extremely important. Now let's get into the actual content of this video, which is there are only 2 slides here. The first slide that I'm going to talk about, it is, why do you even get difficult times in your life? Why do we even face challenges in our life? As per astrology, that is as per Jyotish, the challenges that we face is because of our own karma. Okay, we are responsible for our challenges in the life in some form or the shape of the other. It can be from the past life, or it can be from the current life, or it can be a combination of both past life and the current life. It is highly unlikely that we have not done anything wrong in our current life. Okay, so definitely we would have done something wrong, and even in this current life, and some may be due to past life, but so if we know what kind of things can that we can then we are capable of doing wrong, so that we can actually prevent them. And I'm going to tell you, so what kind of things count as bad karma. The bad deeds, bad words, and even bad thoughts are counted as bad karma. We are not worried about good karma, do we? If we do good karma anyway, we will get good result out of it. It is the bad karma that we usually have to prevent. Okay, so and so that I will actually tell you in the next slide how to do good karma, so that you are minimizing the chances of doing bad karma, and also how to reduce the impact of the fallout from the bad karma. That I will cover in the next slide. But in this slide, I'm going to tell you what is bad karma, so and how it is done, with or without you being conscious of it, so that you know how to prevent it. Okay, so even the thoughts count. If you have bad thoughts, depending on the intention and how intense those bad thoughts are, it can result in bad karma for you, and you have to face the consequences of it. Same goes with words and actions for sure. Okay, and why do we even have bad thoughts, or why do we utter bad words, or we do bad actions, are because of there are 6 main reasons in Indian philosophy why we tend to do accumulate this bad karma. Those 6 are known as Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Masarya. Kama means desire. Okay, it's bad desire. That's what is important. Okay, like in expecting, like wanting someone else's wife. Like in that we see in Ramayana, Ravana wants Rama's, he had a desire for Rama's wife, which is wrong, right? So that's a bad karma, and Ravana has paid for it. And similarly, wanting something that is not rightfully yours. It can be money, it can be children, it can be anything else, right? It can be name, fame also. So having a desire is wrong if it is rightful, but having a wrong desire is wrong. That is known as karma in okay, so that is wrong. So that can result in bad karma, because out of these wrong desires, we tend to do we tend to do these three things: thoughts, words, and actions, and that can result in bad karma, and that will in turn result in difficult times that we have to pay for it. Then the next one is krodha, anger. This is unacceptable anger, or anger out of limits. This is also wrong. Okay, if anger, justifiable anger is acceptable, but even when you have a justifiable anger, if you are crossing your limits, that is wrong. For example, feeling bad is okay. Like for example, feeling upset is okay, because again, I'm going back to Ramayana. In Ramayana, Ravana takes away Rama's wife Sita. So Rama feels extremely unhappy, sad. Sadness is okay. From that sadness, from that emotion, he goes and fights the war, and then he kills Ravana and he brings his wife back. Okay, but even though he killed Ravana, he never utters negative, ill words about Ravana. Rama keeps his tongue under control. Even when he was sad, even when he was wronged by Ravana. That is what we should learn from our Itihasas, because if had Rama uttered negative words, had Rama could not control his anger arising out of justifiable sad event, it would have been bad karma for Rama. But Rama did know, like Rama knew exactly in what way he can express his anger. Okay, same thing. And then next is lobha. It is known as, that is greed. Okay, it is like expecting to have money is good. That is fine. We should always look for Aishwarya, that is Lakshmi, and we even have prayers to get wealth. Wanting wealth is not wrong, but wanting wealth and trying to acquire wealth by wrong means is wrong. Okay, by doing wrong to others, accumulating wealth is wrong, and after accumulating, not giving it is even worse. Okay, not donating it, not utilizing it, and just accumulating, and this is wrong. As a society, we are actually unconsciously we are encouraging this bad behavior. There are even ratings for who is this richest person, without actually questioning how they accumulated the riches, right? Accumulating riches is always right, but provided you have accumulated them the right way, and provided you are actually utilizing that riches in a right way and not hoarding it. So if you are accumulating the riches in a wrong way, definitely there will be a karma phalita for that, which you have to pay for. And then the next one is moha, which is delusion. Moha is not desire. Okay, moha means is ignorant, delusional about something, right? For example, there is an issue at hand. You are not doing your research, you're not trying to understand the issue, you are forming opinions out of which you are acting. That is wrong. If you need to, it is your job to educate yourself, to understand the issue completely, then only act on it, or then only form opinions on it, then only talk about it. You cannot like, for example, I cannot talk about astrology without doing my basic, at least I should have basic knowledge, right? Same thing, I cannot form opinions about astrology by good or bad, by of Ayurveda, one way or the other. Same thing goes with medicine. At least you should have some basic knowledge, some research you should do. You should not be in delusion. Same thing goes with anything in your life. It's your job to do proper research, understand, dig data out of it, and then talk. Otherwise, you are delusion, you are doing bad karma. You don't even know that you are actually doing bad karma because of your delusion. It's your job to come out of delusion. It's your job to come out of moha. Then the next reason, the cause for people acting badly, or accumulating bad karma, is because of mada, pride. This is know the difference between confidence and pride. For example, one team wins FIFA World Cup, right? And they're confident about it, they are happy about it, they were self-confident, they have put in a lot of effort, and they won it, which is good. They can be confident about it and they can celebrate it and all that. But if they become arrogant about it, and if they start telling themselves as we are the greatest team, nobody can beat us, and even though they don't utter those words, their behavior suggests that, you can clearly see that that will definitely result in bad karma, and they have to pay for it. It even happens at an individual level. It is so this mada is a very bad emotion. It has to be under control. And then the last one is the worst emotion, which I'm about to tell you, which is matsarya. Matsarya means envy or jealousy. This is the worst emotion. This can really literally ruin not just you. If you are jealous, it can ruin your family, it can ruin your complete lineage, right? Like, for example, in Mahabharata, we see how Duryodhana was envious and jealous of Bhima. And from the childhood, Duryodhana was very jealous of Bhima. He tries to kill Bhima, and he in general was jealous of Pandavas. Although Pandavas were given this barren land called Khandaprastha, the Pandavas actually improves it and make it make it a good land. They call it Indraprastha, and they create this beautiful Maya Sabha, and Duryodhana was very jealous of that Maya Sabha. And then from that, the whole seeds of the future conflict was sown. So if you just see the conflict as Kurukshetra, you may not understand what happened. If you go back and see into the history, you will see the seeds of that conflict are in Duryodhana's matsarya towards Bhima. That is Duryodhana's jealousy towards Bhima. So jealousy is the worst enemy of you, because of the jealousy, that conflict finally resulted in which not only Duryodhana got killed, entire Kaurava's lineage got wiped out. And so you need to understand that this jealousy is the worst enemy of yours, this emotion. We see it in common people also. If somebody gets studies hard, they got good degrees, some people just simply cannot stand it, and they're like, yeah, big deal, you don't know how to talk, your manners are not good, you have to remember that manners are more important than degrees. All this kind of nonsensical advice they give out of jealousy. And some people get married to a good person, and your neighbors cannot stand, and they're like, yeah, big deal, we'll see how long this marriage will last. That is also out of jealousy. These kind of jealousy inflicted statements meant to hurt the people that are successful, this will definitely hit you back. The person who is jealous will have to pay like anything. You may think that, oh yeah, big deal, yeah, I said it, I felt bad that this person is being successful, I said one term, one sentence, it will hit you like anything. If you don't know Mahabharata, please go understand that how jealousy played a part in the vinashana of the Kaurava lineage. Okay, so these 6 emotions are the primary reason. So if you understand and you keep a check on those emotions, when you are getting those emotions, you can actually prevent bad karma in your life. And I will tell you some remedies that you can follow to keep these under check, right? And also, if you have already done bad karma, now you are facing difficulties, these remedies will also help you in getting out of that bad karma, or at least make it in such a way that you can You can pay for it without completely getting ruined. Okay, so so in next slide I'm going to explain to you the three categories of the remedies that we astrologers that suggest that people practice all the time. And then what are those three categories? The three categories of remedies are known as Aihika, Daivika, and Adhyatmika. Aihika means ihaloka. Ihaloka means the worldly. These are the worldly things that you can do. Daivika means ritualistic. They're applied to devatas. Adhyatmika means spiritual. They're applied to your inner self. And all these will help you in overcome the negative fallout of the emotions and in keeping those 6 emotions that I talked to you about: Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya under check, and make sure that you are not crossing the boundaries and doing bad karma. And if you are facing the difficulties, these remedies will help you in reducing those impact of the difficult times. Okay, so even when you are not facing the difficult times, even when you are actually in good times, you should still follow these remedies. It is like accumulating the bank balance for the upcoming expense, so that you can actually face the expense with less hardship than otherwise. So this is the point of it. These are antidotes to those 6 emotions and the antidotes to the karma, negative karma that is followed of those 6 emotions. Okay, so the first thing that you need to do is that the worldly remedies, they are known as Aihika remedies, and there are 4 of them that you should definitely practice, which is donate, forgive, repent, atone. Dana, Kshama, Paschatapa, Prayaschitta. These are the Sanskrit words for them. Dana means donate. So you need to donate at least money, time, knowledge, which everyone has. Please don't, think that poor people cannot donate. Even poor people can donate. If you are just making $100, donate $1. Making 1,000 rupees, donate 10 rupees. Okay, just learn to donate. It is important. Actual money donation is important. Actual materialistic donation is important. When you are donating, you should remember 2 things. You should donate that is useful to others. You should not donate because it is not useful to you. Okay, even complete selflessly you should donate. For example, you have 1 lakh rupees, you go donate 10,000 rupees. Even though you can actually buy that, say, designer wear for that 10,000 rupees, you should say no to it and you should just go and donate it if there is a valid reason for you. Okay, I'm not suggesting that you live your sannyasi, saint type of life and not have fun in your life. You can have fun and you can also donate. If you have heart for it, you can do it. Instead of doing 3 parties in a month, just do 2 parties and just donate that 1 party money for a good cause, for a valid reason. That is also your responsibility to research and make sure that you're donating to the right person for the right cause. And then the next one that you have to practice is kshama, which is forgiveness. Okay, if you are wronged, you should learn to forgive. I'm not suggesting you do not learn the lessons. I'm not suggesting you do not protect yourself. You should protect yourself. You are being attacked, but after the event is done, you should forgive that that person and move on, and not kill yourself, brood yourself over that. Because if you start brooding yourself, then that will result in krodha, and that can result in bad karma for you, and then you will get into unnecessary trouble. For example, India is there and India was colonized, and then India should learn the lesson from the colonization, and they should learn and they should understand that they should not repeat, and they should strengthen their military, they should strengthen their economy, they should teach their citizens the actual history, but they should not keep hating the next generations of the colonizers. What did the next generations do? Nothing, right? The current generation, they have not done anything to you, so why are you hating them? Do not hate them as individuals. Okay, keep hatred out of the picture. Learn the lessons from the colonization, and make sure that you're not finding yourself in that position, rather than telling yourself I should hate, I am and playing the victim card. That doesn't help you at all. It's just result in this krodha and moha, the delusion and unnecessary anger, and it will result in bad karma. And then the next one that you need to practice is as a pair, which is Paschatapa and Prayaschitta. Paschatapa means repentance. Realizing that you have done wrong is extremely important. This is the single most important remedy that we say in Jyotish, that there is nothing that beats repentance as a remedy. పశ్చాత్తాపానికి మించిన పరిహారం లేదు is what we say in Telugu. And so for example, you have wronged someone, you learn, go say sorry to them, and somebody helped you and then you did not thank them, and instead you actually went and foul mouthed them, which I don't know, so many people do it, they don't even realize that they're doing it. So for example, you stayed for your studies in somebody's house for 4 or 5 years, and then you don't want to acknowledge that now. You're happily studied in their house, you had good time, and then now you don't want to acknowledge, you don't want to thank them, you never gifted them, and instead you are actually foul mouthing them and bad mouthing, and that is bad, right? So you need to learn, you need to go say thank you to them. If you don't know how to say sorry, that is, at least say thank you and give them a gift, and then move on with your life and do not repeat this mistake again. And same thing goes with atonement, which is the prayashchitta. That means you have done something wrong, you have realized it, and then you have to fix it. Like, for example, somebody comes to you and asks you, say, 100,000 rupees, and then say, this is a medical emergency, or this is like, for my son's education, please, can you please at least loan it? And then you're like, no, I have so many, so many expenses of my own, I cannot loan it. And then you go and party after that, and then you blow that 1 lakh rupees or 100,000 rupees on it. That is bad. Once you realize that you have done that kind of mistake, you go back and fix that. Okay, you go back and help that person, or if that person doesn't need your help anymore, help somebody else. Do not do that, or help that person in some other way. Do not wait to help, find and say sorry, I couldn't do at that time, but here I can do this time, and then help it and then fix it. And so this is very important, that is repenting for your wrong deeds, and then atoning those wrong dates, like prashatapa and then prayashchitta, fixing what you have done wrong. So these are all the 4 important things: donating, forgiving, repenting, atonement. These are all the worldly remedies that you should continuously practice. You should not wait till hard times hit you to do these practices. The next one is daivika, which is ritualistic remedies, which again you have to continuously practice them, which is pray to your Ishta Devata daily. Even if it is just for a couple of minutes, pray with a complete faith to your Ishta Devata. Then do Tirthayatra. Tirthayatra means visiting temples with an intention of bhakti, not with intention of tourism. Temple tourism is not acceptable. You are not going to is not acceptable as a remedy. You can do it for fun. I mean, you can do it as tourism, but it is not a remedy. It doesn't count it as a papa parihara. So please don't tell yourself that, yeah, I have visited this temple as part of my tourist adventure, so now I have gained good karma. No, you have not gained good karma. You had some fun, which is okay, but only when you actually visit the temple with bhakti, and you do not indulge in any other things called, like alcohol, or eating meat, or doing all the fun activities, but you just focus, be in a sattvic mood, consciously do dhyana, do homa, do yajna, do pujas, and with complete bhakti bhava you come back. That is parihara. Okay. And the other thing that was very important is, if you have really difficult times, it may not be enough to just do praying to your Ishta Devata, doing Tirthayatras. You may have to do something extra like yajnas or homas. Talk to your astrologers, they will tell you the exact homas and yajnas you should do for that particular issue. And then similarly, the other thing that many people are not aware, but they should do, are known as Shraddha Karmas. Shraddha Karmas means these are the annual rites that you should do to your forefathers and ancestors who have passed away, like remembering them and doing like Thanksgiving in the US, right? So similarly, we have something called Mahalaya Amavasya in Hindu culture. It is where, if you don't know the Tithi of your forefathers passing away, or your ancestors have passed away, your grandfathers, what you can do is, in one day and in a year, which is known as Mahalaya Amavasya, you can do Shraddha Karma then, and that will counter the ancestral karma and the Kula Karma. And then you have you should continuously do Annadana. You may have heard that, it is important to teach a person to fish rather than giving them fish, but it is also important to do food dana, that is Annadana. You know why? Because the Annadana makes sure that the person is alive. If the person is very hungry and not able to even focus on what you are saying. You cannot teach them anything. So Vidyadana, although is good, Annadana is actually superior as per Hindu Dharma, because it makes sure that you are alive, that other person is alive. So practice Annadana continuously. Again, make sure that you are doing, when you are doing Annadana, at least one item, whatever the item that you are cooking, you're cooking, somebody else's food, you are going and doing Annadana, that doesn't count as Annadana. You have to cook with all the faith and bhakti and love and affection towards the receiver. You don't know who the receiver is, but still focus, cook, and then go and do that Annadana. Then that counts as Annadana. And then the final thing that I would like to tell you is practice satsang. Satsang means keeping in the company of good people. So like, what you need to do is, during the festivals and good occasions, you invite people to your home, and then you feed them and you celebrate them, you share your happiness with them. When you share your happiness, it grows. When you share your sadness, it reduces. So you should always have some good group of friends and family that you can then you can share your celebrations with. These like festivals. So these are all very important ritualistic pariharas that you should do. Again, in short, pray to your Istadevata daily, do tidhayatras, perform yajnas and homas, as per astrological suggestions. Perform Shraddha Karmas, that is the annual rites to your forefathers. Do Annadana, that is donate food cooked by you. Then satsang, which is be in the good company, share your do festivals with others. And then the last one is adhyatmika, spiritual. This is one level above daivika and 2 levels above worldly, Aihika. But they should practice. This is something that you should do continuously. I mean, frequently, not continuously, but frequently, consistently. That is more important. Learn to meditate, learn to do dhyana, right? You are going through inner self, you are trying to connect. Everyone should know their bija mantra. If you don't know your bija mantra, at least meditate on Om. Om is a very powerful bija mantra. It works for everyone. But if you know your bija mantra, meditate on that. And then or some other mantra that may be needed for your life, meditate on that. That will actually keep those 6 emotions that I talked about, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, under check. This is the reason why we meditate. We should meditate. We should do perform puja every day with faith and meditate. Meditation, dhyana, yoga, these actually help with keeping those 6 emotions in check. Then practice karma yoga, which is understand that you only have the action in your control. The result is not in your control. Like, you worked hard, you played a football game, you did not win. You put in all the efforts, nothing went wrong, and you still did not win, which is okay. You move on, you train again, you regroup, you play again. That's practicing karma yoga. It's a very simple example, but it's very powerful. Then next one, the final one, is learning to surrender. This is actually very difficult, but by practice you will get it. Like, learn to surrender to Bhagavan, but Bhagavan is a nameless, formless entity. It's a pure consciousness. So it's actually difficult initial days to surrender to Bhagavan directly. What I suggest is learn to surrender to your Istadevata, because you have a form to surrender to. You can focus on it and then surrender to your Istadevata. Surrendering doesn't mean that laziness or inaction or not acting on it and saying that, yeah, God, you are responsible for it, I'm not going to act on it, and this with difficult times will pass. No, that is not surrendering. Surrendering means you are acting on it, you are working on in reducing the difficult times, and let God decide how to solve those. Okay, that is what it is. You should work, you should do a bit, then while surrendering to God for the result. That's what surrender is. Laziness and inaction are not surrendering. So I hope these 3 remedies are very useful, that you understand them. They are definitely very useful to you, and please follow them. And thank you for listening.